Street Smarts.
Think you've got him? Find out now.
Frank Nicotero, and welcome to Street Smarts, the show where people try to prove how savvy they are by predicting just how clueless other people can be. Now, I've wandered from town to town, seeking out common dudes and dames, and tested their street smarts by asking them questions about the world around them. Now, it'll be up to our players today to gauge the brightness of their bulbs, and speaking of our players, let's meet them. Let's say hi to Andy. Andy, woo! And there's Jon. Jon is confident. All right, now remember, it's all or nothing on Street Smarts. That means the winner gets the bucks, while the loser is reminded that losing sucks. Now, let's meet the three people they'll be making snap judgments about. First, I phoned for room service, and Wilfredo answered the call. Wilfredo, where are you from, and what do you do?
I'm from Española, New Mexico, man. I moved up to Vegas to get some jobs. I work right here in Circus 6, man, room service.
If you could marry one celebrity, who would it be?
Oh, man, Shania Twain. She got some curves that'll make you drizzle, man. It's just make you chills up and down.
Wilfredo, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? The Godfather. Godfather, man. I love gangsters, man. I love gang movies. Or basically killing, anything with killing, man.
Anything with killing, very nice. After twirling for nearly half an hour on the tilt-a-whirl in the Yucca Valley, I wobbled into Mary Lou. Mary Lou, what's your favorite thing about the carnival?
The rides.
Which ride?
The one that goes up and down, backwards, and holds you up in the air.
Mary Lou, what do you do?
I am a daycare provider. I take care of little darling children.
Oh, and how long have you been doing that?
10 years.
What's your favorite movie?
Gone with the Wind.
Oh, there you go. Frankly, my dear,
I don't give a damn.
There's Mary Lou. Finally, I heeded my parents' advice and went to college, where I met Robert at my favorite frat house. Rob, what's your major here?
History.
And what year are you in?
Third.
How are your grades? No, it's kind of early in the afternoon. You guys were up partying all night?
Yeah.
What were you doing last night?
We had this sorority over, and we had this foam party.
Now, was it one of the foam girls that gave you this hickey right here?
Yes.
The foam party. All right. Let's begin a little game we like to call Who Knew It? All right. We asked the same question to all three people in the field, and your mission is to guess who answered the question right. You will lock in your choice, and a correct guess will get you $100. Woo! All right. Okay, guys, put on your thinking caps. Here we go. Now, the first question I asked to Wilfredo, Mary Lou, and Robert was, if someone wants to go Dutch, what do they want to do? So go ahead. Who do you think knew that answer? Okay, you're locked in, and you're both going with Robert. Andy, Robert?
I'm gonna say, he's a frat boy. He knows all about getting dates and not getting dates. So maybe he'll know.
All right, let's see if
means.
Robert can win you both some money. If someone wants to go Dutch, what do they want to do?
They want to go to Amsterdam.
They want to go to Amsterdam, and what's Amsterdam known for?
Drugs.
I'm sorry, that is not a right answer, guys. He did not know.
Not
The correct answer is to split the tab for your meal in half. Everyone pays for himself, and he's a college kid. He doesn't know that. All right, okay. All right, the next question, guys, I asked all three was, what's the UV in UV light? Who knew it? What's the UV in UV light? Okay, you're locked in. All right, Jon, you're going with Robert, and
he blew that first one, but
what's it?
he's got to get one right.
And Andy, Mary Lou?
Well, Mary Lou, she's got her glasses on and her hat. She seems aware of the sun. So
All right, let's see if she can win $100, Andy. Mary Lou, what's the UV in UV light?
Unanimous victory.
Unanimous victory light. What is that?
That means that it's a great light.
Now, you have your sunglasses on today, right?
Yeah,
And that's protecting you from what?
sunlight,
Right. And those harmful rays that are called?
sun.
Right. There you go. I'm sorry, Eddie, that is an incorrect answer. Mary Lou did not know the answer. Let's see if Robert can win you $100, Jon. What's the UV in UV light?
UV and UV light.
Ultra
Visible?
Ultra visible, right, because if you see UV light, it's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That is also incorrect, Jon. I'm sorry.
I should get half right.
Yeah, right. The correct answer is ultraviolet. Ultraviolet rays. Wilfredo knew that. Okay.
Wow.
All right, guys, last question in the round. I asked all three, why were Oscar and Felix known as the odd couple? Who knew it? Why were Oscar and Felix known as the odd couple?
Can I pick none?
Andi and Jon are not trying to think. Okay, you're locked in with Mary Lou. John, you're going to go with Mary Lou?
Yeah, they're both young and she was around during that time.
Okay.
So.
Well, before we see what Mary Lou said, let's check in with Wilfredo for fun. Why were Oscar and Felix known as the odd couple?
Odd couple, because one was from Puerto Rico, the other from Mexico. And they didn't like each other, but they were still friends. Right. No, they could stand each other, man. Beat the shit out of each other and everything. They're still friends afterwards.
All right, thank you, Wilfredo. All right, now guys, Mary Lou, $100 each if she gets it right. Why were Oscar and Felix known as the odd couple?
Because one was clean and one was dirty.
There you go. Do you remember which one was which?
Oscar, I think, was the dirty one.
There you go. Very good. That is a correct answer. Both of you had Mary Lou. Congratulations. She got it right. $100 for Andi, $100 for John. Let's recap the scores. Andi, you have $100. Way to go.
Right.
John, you also have $100. All right. Now that you saw who knew it, stick around. You'll find out who blew it. We'll be right back. Who's Walter Cronkite?
Walter Cronkite? He invented the kite.
He invented the kite.
Yeah.
The Walter Cronkite.
The Walter Cronkite.
That's the way it is. Virginia, in street terms, what does it mean if you go balls to the wall?
Whoa, you're getting nasty now. Oh, boy. Must be raising a lot of hell.
Welcome back to Street Smarts. It's time to meet our players. First up, we have Andi. Now, Andi, I understand you are a professional cheerleader.
Yes, I was, and I actually have a little cheer for you all today. I know you're excited.
Go for
Ready?
it. I'm ready.
S-S-T-S-T-R-E-E-T. Go Street Smart!
Yeah! And sparkles! Sparkles! Woo! I know about that. All right, John. Now, John, in college, I understand you were a game show host.
I'm following in your footsteps.
Oh, really?
I don't have the groupies that you have.
Oh,
but
yeah, right, yeah.
Someday.
Game show guys get all of them. Wink Martindale every night. All right, anyway, it's time to get your second win as we enter our next round. Who blew it? All right, this time we asked the same question to only two of our street scholars. One answered it right and one answered it wrong. Each time Andi or John correctly identifies which scholar tanked the question, they get 200 bones. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, in this round, you guys can also earn an extra $200 by using the dunce cap sitting in front of you, okay? Here's how it works. When you hear a question you think your opponent can't answer, buzz in and dunce them. If they can't answer the question, you get $200, okay? But if they answer the question correctly, the money is theirs and you're the dunce. Remember, you only have 5 seconds to answer the question, and there's only one chance to dunce in the round. Okay, here's the first question I asked both Mary Lou and Robert. I asked them, what happens to the guest of honor at a bris? All right, who do you think blew it, guys? Who blew it? Mary Lou or Robert? Okay, and we're locked in. Okay, we both chose Mary Lou. Andi, you're going with Mary Lou?
Oh, yeah, she's from Yucca Valley, and I'm not sure how many people are Jewish in Yucca Valley.
Okay,
so
that's probably a good guess. Let's check
it.
in. What happens to the guest of honor at a bris?
They make fun of him, tell
make fun-
jokes about him.
So it's like a roast?
Yeah,
Or they cut him up.
yeah, sort of, with the mouths.
That is an incorrect answer. Way to go, guys. You both earned $200. Good strategy there, Andi. The correct answer is he gets circumcised.
Yeah.
He gets circumcised, and every guy just went, okay, all right. All right, here's the question I asked to Wilfredo and Mary Lou. I asked them, women fought for suffrage at the turn of the century. What were they fighting for? Who blew it? Women fought for suffrage at the turn of the century. Okay, we're locked in with Wilfredo. All right, John, you're going with Wilfredo?
Yeah, he's Wilfredo, you know?
Maybe you go with somebody. Wilfredo, women fought for suffrage at the turn of the century. What were they fighting for?
What were they fighting for? Stop getting pregnant, man. Yeah, too many times. All that suffering during the labor. Ugh. Man, that's killing them.
He blew it. Way to go, guys. $200 for each of you. John, nice strategy. The answer is the right to vote. Women were fighting for the right to vote. Okay, here's the question I asked Wilfredo and Robert. Who is famous for the line, all the better to eat you with? So, who do you think blew it? Who blew it? Okay, Andi, you've been dunced. John, throw the cap up on her.
Keep that on there.
Andi, $200 on the line here. Who is famous for the line, all the better to eat you with?
that would be the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood.
That is your correct answer. Way to go. Throw the dice on John. Put it on him. $200 for you, Andi. All right, leave it It's on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on
wait.
there. No,
You can put it on him. It doesn't
You
matter.
get to wear it
Okay.
now.
All right, guys. So now, guys, the question is to our two marks, Wilfredo and Robert. Who do you think blew it? Who didn't know who was famous for the line "All the better to eat you with"? Okay.
Blew it? Okay.
Okay, we're locked in. Andy, you're going with Robert,
Yeah, I'm going with Robert.
and John Wilfredo for the same reason.
Yeah, he's doing me good so far.
Okay, let's
so.
check in with Wilfredo. Who is famous for the line "All the better to eat you with"?
All the better to eat you with. That was the Little Wolf, Little Red Riding Hood. Better eat you with, my sweet.
So who said that?
The Little Wolf in Little Red Riding Hood, the Grandma Wolf.
I think it was the big bad wolf.
I call him the Little Wolf because I'm the big bad wolf.
I'm sorry, he got the right answer right. He did not blow it. He knew it was the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, yeah.
Andy, let's check in with Robert. Who is famous for the line "All the better to eat you with"?
All the better to eat you with. Not the grandma, the witch.
The witch. The witch. And what story was that?
The kids, Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel. He blew it. Nice job, Andy. There's some more money for you. You had Robert. He got it wrong. Okay,
Right.
let's recap the scores. Andy, you got $900.
Yeah!
And that dunce flop was nice. You got $500. Don't look so distraught. Now that our players think they know our road scholars, let's see who they'll pick to ride when we come back. Welcome back. Stop horsing around and get in that saddle because it's time to pick your pony. This time, Andy and Jon will each choose one of the 3 scholars for the entire round and try to guess how they'll answer 3 questions. Now, a correct prediction is worth $300. And to keep it interesting, we're going to leave the dunce cap in this round. A successful dunce will earn you another $300. And again, you've got 5 seconds to answer the question, and there's only 1 dunce in the round. The player who is trailing chooses first, and Jon, that would be you.
Sweet.
All right, so Jon, who would you like to ride?
I will ride Mary Lou, which is actually a movie I saw once.
I think I've seen that myself.
yeah.
You gonna go with Mary Lou? Okay. All right, and Andy, who would you like to go for?
I'm all about Robert.
You're all about Robert, our young frat guy. All right. Okay, so Jon, our first question to Mary Lou was, if a person is going postal, what is he doing?
Ooh.
So what do you think she got, right or wrong on that?
She should know that because she looks like she might go postal.
So,
But I'm gonna go with she's gonna know it.
you're gonna go with
She's
you?
right.
All right, $300 on the line. Let's check it out. If a person is going postal, what is he doing?
Losing it, going berserk.
There you go. And who's that inspired by?
Most women.
I agree. You got it right. Correct prediction, Jon. Nice job. $300. Made the game closer. Very nice. All right, Andy. The first question I asked to Robert was, if a restaurant has if a restaurant has paparazzi, what are we talking about?
Well,
So what do you think? You got it right or wrong?
I'm going to say that he got this wrong because so far he's got about every single one wrong. So.
All right, let's see. If a restaurant has paparazzi, what are we talking about?
Spaghetti.
It's a spaghetti dish?
Yeah.
What's your favorite paparazzi?
Shrimp.
You like shrimp?
Shrimp sauce.
Shrimp sauce over spaghetti?
Yeah.
That is an incorrect answer and a correct prediction by you. Nice job, Andy. $300 more for you. Correct answer is photographers. Paparazzi. Yes. Exactly. All right.
Spaghetti.
Next question to Mary Lou, Jon, was, what's a shotgun wedding? Do you think she got that right or wrong?
That's how she. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think she got it right?
Yeah, she got some knowledge.
What's a shotgun wedding?
You're pregnant and your daddy says you will marry her. Or grandpa says you will marry her.
You weren't in a shotgun wedding, were you?
No.
Okay.
No. I lie.
Maybe you were.
Yeah, I
That's a correct prediction, Jon. Nice job. $300 more for you. We got a good game going here. All right. Andy, the next question to Robert was, in The Wizard of Oz, how did Dorothy finally get home? Do you think you got that right or wrong? Oh, my God, Jon, you've been done. So there was a delay there. Throw the cap on him, Andy. Jon, the question to you, $300 at stake. In The Wizard of Oz, how did Dorothy finally get home?
She clicked her heels 3 times and she just wished it.
And she just wished it? Let me check with the judges. That is a correct answer. Jon, you combated the dance. Put it on her. $300 for you. You evolved to the lead. Nice job, buddy.
She quit.
All right, now, Andy, the question to Robert. Do you think he got it right or wrong? Jon got it right. What about him?
I think Robert is gonna get it wrong.
By the way, you look like Glenda the Good Witch right now. I just
Thanks
want to
so
throw that in.
much.
Okay, in The Wizard of Oz, how did Dorothy finally get home?
She took this balloon. No, Toto jumped out of the balloon.
Right.
She knocked her heels 3 times. The shoes.
Click your heels and say 3 times.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Dude, I can't believe you actually did that.
He got it right. I'm sorry, Andy. He knew. Click your heels 3 times, and you'll go home. All right. Next question, Mary Lou John was, what is a French tickler? What is What do you think?
Ooh, Mary Lou. She does not know, although she has experience with them, but isn't familiar with them.
You're gonna go with Robert. Let's get a clip.
Mary Lou, what is a French tickler?
A French kiss.
It's a French kiss?
Yes.
Have you ever French kissed?
Oh, of course.
When's the last time you French kissed?
Oh, today.
Do you want to French kiss me?
No.
She got it wrong. Way to go, John. Way to go. Correct answer is it's a type of condom or sexual aid. Very interesting. All right, Andy, let's go to Robert. I asked Robert, if your girlfriend tells you a cock and bull story, what kind of story is that? Do you think Robert got that right or wrong?
I'm going that Robert knows.
He knows what a cock and bull story is?
Robert, frat, he knows about all these kinds of fun stuff.
Good strategy. Let's check in, see if we can get you $300.
Your girlfriend tells you a cock and bull story. What kind of story is that?
It's she's trying to get you, a little horny.
Right. And how did you derive at that?
Because it's about the.
Right.
He did not know the answer. I'm sorry, Andy. That's an incorrect prediction. The correct answer is a far-fetched tale intended to deceive a tall tale. Okay, there you go. Let's recap the score. John, you vaulted into the lead with $1,700. Andy, you got $1,200. You're still in this. Don't worry. Now, when we return, Andy and John will be making one last prediction on a question we asked Wilfredo, Mary Lou, and Robert. They will each choose one of the street scholars, predict whether they'll get it right or wrong, and make their final wager. Here's the question I asked all three. Complete the phrase, whoever smelt it. All right. So stay tuned, because next up on the shocking conclusion of Street Smarts is...
The Wager of Death.
Stay with us. Welcome back. The Grim Reapers entered the building, which means it's time for our final round, the Wager of Death. All right. Now, Andy and John, here's the dealio. During the break, each of you secretly chose one of the 3 people out in the street, secretly made a prediction as to whether they were right or wrong, and secretly wagered an amount of money not to exceed the total you now have. Let's recap the scores. John, you have $1,700. Very nice. Andy, you have $1,200. Now, here's the question we asked Wilfredo, Mary Lou, and Robert. It was, complete the phrase, whoever smelt it. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, Andy, you're trailing, so we're going to check in with you first. Who did you choose? You went with Mary Lou. Very nice. And John, who did you choose?
My main man.
You chose Wilfredo. Okay, nobody picked Robert, so we're going to say goodbye to him. Sorry, Robert. All right. Okay. All right, let's check in with Mary Lou, Andy.
Complete this phrase, whoever smelt it.
Smelled.
Smelled?
Yeah.
That is a wrong answer. Okay, that's a wrong answer. Andy, let's see what you said she'd do, right or wrong. Oh, you said right! How much is that going to cost you if you're $1,200?
A whole lot.
Everything! Oh, gets you down to 0. All right, John, let's check in with Wilfredo, see what he said.
Complete the phrase, whoever smelt it.
Dealt it.
What does that pertain to?
Hey, we're farting, man. It stinks real bad right now. That's what it means. You can smell it, man. Woo.
That is a correct answer. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. John, you had Wilfredo. Did you say he'd get it right or wrong? You said right! How much did you wager? $1,600! Gets you a total of $3,300! John, way to go! You're the king of the streets. Andy, thanks for playing along. Remember, folks, whoever smelt it, dealt it.